John Swan and I had a very large controversy a few months ago. If you weren't aware of what happened, one of John's friends created a dream impersonation account, and while John and that friend were in a call, they sent me messages about a Minecraft sex mod, and they sent me the N-word. The whole point was to troll me because they believed I would give a good reaction, because at the time they did not like me. I responded to that situation in a very poor way, because I only saw John's lying, claiming it wasn't him, that he'd been hacked, that it was his 12-year-old autistic sister or cousin. I struggled to see his perspective, especially after he released some tweets that were quite heavily critical of me, and it seemed intentional because I was aware of this behind the scenes. I feel like it should be partially my responsibility for the way this situation progressed, and I feel I do owe John an apology for how big this situation became. Because for as much as he did make mistakes in that situation, I don't think he should be making a video today saying that he may have to quit YouTube because he's not making enough money to live off of it anymore, and because every time he uploads he loses subscribers. If you weren't caught up in the situation, the biggest issue that many people had with this situation wasn't the trolling. It was the fact that after it became public, after Dream released a Reddit post about the situation, and after Dream further explained the situation, John didn't tell the truth about it. John used the justification that he made in 17 minutes that his 12-year-old autistic sister or cousin was on his account, that they had made this impersonation account and sent these messages. That was obviously a lie. John and their friend were behind these messages without a doubt, and that has been admitted now. That was a bad mistake on John's behalf. John shouldn't have lied about this situation when it became public. Many people probably wouldn't have even cared if John told the truth. But I can understand why John lied. As much as people on the internet like to cancel people over everything, sometimes you do have to just be fair to someone and put yourself in their shoes. And I feel like as someone that's partially responsible for what happened to John, I should make this video putting myself in their shoes. John was put up against a huge content creator. When they had 6k subs when they trolled me the first time and I brought in Dream and Dream messaged them, they had 6k subs and Dream had a couple million. Now, John has less than 200k, Dream has 20 million. If a YouTuber with 20 million subscribers was to release a live stream exposing you, putting that much pressure on you, sending that much hate and death threats your way, I could understand how easy it would be to make the mistake of responding in a poor way, panicking, responding by lying because you want the hate to disappear, or you want to avoid the backlash, or because you don't know how to respond in the moment, or because you're so afraid of losing this career that you've built up for yourself. I can understand that, and while I feel like John didn't present himself in that way, because obviously there were interviews that occurred with John where people called out John, and John said stuff like, "If you know, you know," many iconic quotes that many people criticized John for how much he seemingly didn't care about the truth being out, how much he was seemingly almost laughing at it. But that very obviously now wasn't the case. John's only goal really was to try and somehow handle this situation in any way he could, and he put on a persona of being uncancelable. He appeared on these calls like he was very put together, like he wasn't remorseful because he didn't really know any other way to handle it, because he wanted to look uncancelable, like it wasn't affecting him, because he valued his reputation as a creator. Because John's career, unlike many other creators, was based a lot on his reputation, being better than the people he criticized, like Chris Hansen, calling out people that were objectively worse than him, while putting himself sort of on a pedestal as someone that could criticize them because they were almost better. And because of that, when John got in a controversy that proved that John had made mistakes too, a lot of people went after John, and especially because it was such a big situation that was seen by millions of people across just Stream alone, probably way more millions, probably tens of millions, accounting for all the VODs, clips on Twitch, clips on YouTube. It was a big controversy, and to this day, John hasn't recovered from it. John released a video today, as of recording my video, where he expresses his perspective on the whole situation, and I have been aware of this perspective for a few months now. I spoke to John probably 1 or 2 months ago. We had a call for quite a while, and in the call, John explained everything to me. He explained why he did what he did. He explained that he was sorry for what he did, for how he went after me, and I can't help but feel bad for him for how much hate he's got, for how much backlash he's got over such a petty, pointless lie, over such a minor, minuscule, really, controversy. Realistically, who cared if Johnson lied to Dream? But it was somehow blown up into a big situation because it was about Dream. And that, I feel, is one of the biggest problems with that controversy, because of the way it blew up. And I'm only speaking on behalf of myself here. Obviously, I can't speak on behalf of Dream, but I am sorry to John for how this situation has progressed, and I wanted to make this video today because especially in his video, even more than I saw in the call with him, this situation has affected him a lot. There were points in his video where he was almost breaking down into tears over this situation, and to see people give him hate over simply expressing why he did what he did, this video having a lot of dislikes on it, seemed ridiculous to me, as realistically, me, John's friends, and Dream were the only people really affected in the situation, and all of those people have received apologies from John, yet people still bash John for a mistake they made months ago that they can learn from, that John has learned from, which is why I thought I'd sit down and make a video today, saying that I feel like John should be given a second chance. I don't feel like John should have that held against him, and I don't feel like he should lose his career. Realistically, I don't think him lying to Dream or me was the worst thing ever, and I don't really feel like it's something people should continuously use against him to this day. John has learned from that situation. I've seen that as much in his apology. Initially, he wasn't willing to apologize to me. Now he's accepted complete fault for what he did. That is the difference. John has learned from this situation. John has changed, and even if he hadn't, I don't think he should be cancelled, but that's a different point. So I'd like to make this video today to tell you if you unsubscribed from John, if you aren't subscribed to John, I'd appreciate if you could go over there and subscribe. Right now, what's happening is John is losing more subscribers than he's gaining every time he uploads because of his controversy, and as such, John's channel is slowly dying. It's got to the point where for months in a row, he's not even breaking even on his earnings. This is his job and his dream. So to take that away from him, to make him possibly have to quit, as he said in his newest video, because of a petty controversy, it seems too far. It seems unfair, it seems unjust, it seems unreasonable. And knowing more of who John is as a person, I understand why he did what he did. Everybody in this situation, including me, was in the wrong. I shouldn't have brought this situation to Dream. I blew it up way more than I should have, and I made mistakes that people can criticize me for in how I handled the situation, how I approached it publicly especially, and I don't feel like John should lose his career over this. So I would appreciate if you could go subscribe to John Swan. The link will be in the description. With that being said, if you are someone that's been sending John hate for this situation, give him another chance. I don't think he's some kind of super villain, like some kind of evil caricature that can never have a heart, can never have a soul, some kind of sociopath. I think he's just a person who made a stupid mistake, and that mistake has been held against him for way longer than I feel it should have been. I and John had never really dealt with a big controversy like this before. I think even at the time, Dream was quite inexperienced with these situations. It's very easy to see how people can handle a situation poorly when they're put under a lot of pressure for the first time, especially pressure of 20 million people. That is a fuck ton of pressure to put on someone's shoulders because of some realistically quite minor controversy. Realistically something that shouldn't have had any actual value, something that I blew up and made way more of a big problem than it should have been. I feel like there were mistakes John made, don't get me wrong. John did do wrong. John said things about me that I feel damaged my name. John said things about Dream that I feel damaged his name. But I don't think something like that should be held against him forever, especially after he's apologized, learned, and changed from that situation. John is not the same person who lied to Dream. John is not the same person who caused that controversy in relation to me. John is a content creator who made a mistake. John is human, and I don't feel like something someone made as a mistake, something they've learned from and apologized for, should be used against them forever. Because lying to Dream, realistically, isn't that big of a problem. Obviously, you're free to your own opinion, but I feel giving John a chance is only fair. His videos are incredibly well made. He's a talented creator that puts a lot of passion and soul into his content, and I feel cancelling him, making him lose his whole career over that because of something so petty, people bashing him on Twitter anytime he posts anything about the situation, I feel that's unfair. I feel that is ridiculously unfair, full stop. With that being said, I hope this video has provided a more nuanced and mature take on this situation than I've ever provided in the past. I can understand why John acted in rash ways because I also handled that situation very poorly when I was put under such pressure. I mean, I appeared on a live stream that had only 1,000 viewers in comparison to the millions of people put against John, and even then, I was put under a lot of pressure. Even then, I was very stressed and I said things in the heat of the moment because I didn't know how to react to that type of situation. It's understandable for someone to make a mistake like this. And I think John learning from that mistake shows a lot. I think John talking to me, even now, shows a lot. I think the fact that now, me and John talk quite frequently, where I'm in a server with him, where I've got to know him, I think I can argue that John has changed a lot and become a better person, and I can understand why he did what he did a lot more. But with that being said, I hope this video has enlightened you on the situation. I'll see you next time. Peace.